not sure there's much to talk about, is there? That's the motivation for this whole thing, bringing people in. I think the perception of someone like me is that I live a really kind of lavish lifestyle. The shoots that I do, the way I play.
I feel like at times, like I've got the stadium like that. You can feel everyone just going, I just feel like, oh man, I've got you like that.
I get called arrogant a lot. There's too much negativity anyway. I need to be confident. Someone has to believe in me, you know? But off the pitch, I feel like I'm a really normal guy.
I thought I was going to go, We're going again. See ya. See you in 15 minutes.
I'll never be satisfied. I've got to do what it takes to win.
Yeah, if it helps people to get to know me better, that's great. If people are still unhappy, then oh man, the last year's been mad. It's one of those cities that are built around the football team. You know, everything in the city's black and yellow. The people are very working class and industrial city. It reminded me a lot of Birmingham in some sense, which gave me a bit of a connection to the city and the people of the city. And you know what the club means to them.
We're here for the last game of the season, and if they win, they win the league, first time in 12 years.
Might be the last time I step out here as a home player.
Bellingham, stay in Dortmund. Stay in Dortmund.
If you asked them at the start of the season, playing at home, last game of the season, if you win, that's it, they would snap your hands off.
The atmosphere around the city, there's always a big sort of game day atmosphere, but I think it's a little bit different today. I think you can feel a little bit of tension.
I've missed the last 2 games because of the problems I've had with my knee. And I was in good nick this week. I think the last 2 weeks have been a little bit political with everything that could happen in the summer, and there was a bit of pressure perhaps not to play, and I wasn't called upon today.
And that was flicked on, and hang on. Mainz score the first goal. Lee's cross, and Isido's there, and they have a second goal. And this is unbelievable. Heartbreak, heartbreak. They had to win here at home to Mainz. They couldn't find a win. Bayern and not Dortmund are champions.
Everything kind of I felt numb, to be honest. I felt numb, and then when they all started saying my name, like the tears just started flowing out of me, to be honest. I was just heartbroken.
I had 3 amazing years at Dortmund, and obviously the player that I am now is because of those years, because of those experiences that I've had.
Jude will be world champion with England. He will win the Champions League. Jude will be in the history of football. And he was made a little bit here, and I'm proud of it.
transfer to Madrid's been announced today for the presentation and the signing tomorrow.
Joe's about to interview me.
Apparently. So we'll see how it goes. So, sacked. So, you were a 4-year-old when the last Englishman played for Real Madrid in 2007. What are the earliest memories of Real Madrid? I always remember watching Revista de la Liga. Remember that? Which match are you most excited to play? I think the Clasicos, obviously. But any match at the Bernabéu, really, in the Champions League, I think it's going to be special. What would be your favourite moment from Real Madrid in the Champions League? Looking back before my time, I'd say Zidane's volley. And since I've been alive, I'd probably say the one against Atletico when Ramos equalised with the header late and then they won 4-1 in extra time. Thanks for your time. You're good at that.
What do you think?
Yeah, nice. It's really nice. Really nice. I can't look at the shoes, but I'll take it above the shoe.
Vale.
Cool.
Perfect. Well, at the end, when I said what photo, of course, when here. I just do a coffee, is it? Yeah. Can I have a coffee? White coffee, thank you. Right, so, Jude's got to sign that. That's the end of Dortmund. Liga.
Okay.
Man, that was proper. That was awful. That was like Doctor Who.
Yeah, we're not getting it back there.
Hola chicos, come with me on my presentation day.
This way, Jude. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right here. Yeah, over the flight. Too big for me.
When I first saw Bellingham 5, it will live with me forever.
It's amazing to carry on the legacy, hopefully, of one of my favourite players. So, yeah, amazing.
I'm not coming here trying to be Zinedine Zidane. He was amazing. I'm trying to be Jude Bellingham, who continues the legacy of the number 5.
Enjoy.
Hola todos and hola Madridistas. I just want to say thank you everyone in the room and everyone watching online for joining me for the proudest day of my life.
My speech, there was nerves, but as soon as I got up there and seeing my dad smile, my mum filming, and my brother, who actually looked quite mardy, I said to him after what was up, he's just like, I'm so focused on what you wanted to say. And you think like, well then, why am I worried?
And finally, Hala Madrid.
This way.
Everyone says, oh, it's a heavy shirt, and it just felt so light on me. I felt like just, this is meant to be. In that moment, there's a sense of, like, not completion, there's still a lot to do, but I'm very close to it.
Yeah, more.
With the head.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Makeup on the ball.
You try and be a good footballer, you try and be a good person for everyone else, but really you just want to make your family happy.
This is in Glasgow, no?
Glasgow.
Leverkusen?
Leverkusen, 2-1. Bobby.
Yes. It's
It's a minute.
I still can't really process how well the day's gone and how much I enjoyed it. I'd live it over 100 times if I could.
It's sorting out the rentals next. That's going to be the thing. Actually, we've got to start looking at properties, getting them comfortable.
Good. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Foto?
¿Qué tal?
Good. Bueno.
Extremely hot, like especially in July.
Wow.
Because up to reported it. Like 3 in the
Gosh.
morning, 32 degrees at night.
4-0.
Yeah.
He's going to be sweltering.
It's not very fast.
I thought I was going to go, Couldn't walk. We go again. See ya. See you in 15 minutes.
We're leaving.
So I'd like a fire pit here.
Nice that. Get a table there, some cards. I don't want to go in too early and then end up seeing something better. Don't want to walk away and be like sold. But it is nice, real nice.
3 years from Birmingham to Madrid isn't bad.
Straight to the food.
I looked across at Jude and he looked very choked, and I thought, this is his moment. He finally gets it. There's been a couple of moments for me. One was when he went to the World Cup, and he said he sat on the plane, and he was talking to me, and he said, "Mum, I sat on the plane," and I thought, this is it. This is, and he was teary, and I thought, it's one of his moments. And that when he looked across at me, and I thought, oh, he's tearful. And he looked at me, I looked at him, and I thought, yeah, it's his moment.
Yesterday was nice,
but next
now
week
it feels like, well, I want Joe to have his day.
Yeah.
Finally someone to say, it's not Jude's brother. You've got the Sunderland fans who've got no connection to Jude now, who'll just say, that's Joe, he's ours.
I just want to see Joe on the pitch, in a Joe shirt, not a Bellingham shirt, just starting and having his moment. So next week again, lovely, but I just want him to start and have his moment.
When Job signed for Sunderland, I got to be there with him.
Following this guy can't be a good thing.
Come on.
It was one of those where I was kind of just as proud of him being at mine.
I think it looks really cool, the 7. And my name, my first name just over it's really cool, I like it, yeah.
You absolute sussy. That's for the first goal. Yeah.
It's difficult not being together all the time now that Dad lives with Job and Mum lives with me.
It's just tough, isn't it? You can't put your finger on like one emotion. It's just a range, isn't it, really, where you just miss your mum. I think every time I'm with my brother, I'm just laughing. We're just constantly making jokes. We barely really talk about football.
My mum's the backbone. She's the one who kind of gives me the support I need kind of as a son, like emotionally and mentally. Obviously, my dad was the exact same when I lived with him and still is, but from afar. And he does that job now for Job.
Well, these little club have been telling me as well. You've been sending them like kisses on emails.
Yeah, I do. I send you some. What emails?
Why would you do that?
What emails? No, I don't send emails. Oh, Sam. Yeah. So he sent me the contract. So, thanks, Bab. Kiss.
He's been sending like X's, kisses. Why would you do that? You know that embarrasses me as well, though.
Yeah, but that's my.
That is so embarrassing for me.
Maybe if Jude learned how to cook and drive, then Mum could come back and live with me. But no, yeah, he's useless, so I'll have to make do, won't I? So.
Training with the Madrid squad for the first time was a little bit surreal. You know, these are players that I've used on FIFA. Playing with those guys just takes your whole game to another level, makes you understand the game better, makes you feel like you belong. Such a good relationship between everyone. They're down to earth, and despite what they've won and what they've achieved, and they've welcomed me with open arms and want to get me involved in everything. It's the same for me. I've just thought, why not throw myself at it? It was difficult at the start of the season. Obviously, as a Real Madrid player, you're just desperate to play at the Bernabéu. First 3 games were away from home because of the construction.
It's the first weekend of the season in La Liga. Jude Bellingham, he will make his debut today.
Surreal, you know, you look down or you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror just before you go out and you see yourself in the beautiful all white kit and you just feel like... I didn't get the best connection on it, and in the end it's kind of hit perfectly into the ground, lofted over. When you score against an opposition, you're not doing it to provoke them, you're just doing it because you're happy that you've scored. So yeah, put my arms out, do the celebration that I always do, and I remember a couple of their players come over to me saying like, oh, you can't do that here, you can't do that here, and yeah, I've not listened, so yeah, I'll probably keep doing it. I'm getting ready for the game and I was watching Joe play. Like, I remember I was actually brushing my teeth at the time. I sent a video into the group chat. The stream stopped working on my phone. I'm gutted. I'm like, oh. Gone on the scores app and he has scored again and I'm like shaking. I'm like in shock that he scored twice. And then I'll never forget, as we're coming out, Ancelotti goes to me, he goes, no, we bought the wrong one. And I'm like, are you joking? I says, no, seriously, I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to bring him in. I says, well, where are you going to play him? He says, in your position? I was like, that. And then finally kind of give me a little smirk and my heart just drops and I thought, okay, fine. And I'm like, oh, no pressure for today.
Flips that back to Valverde. Bellingham with a chance, and it's in. Bellingham's 2 goals in 2 games.
Coming back out for the second half, that one of the staff said to me was, well, Job got 2, go and get another one.
Real Madrid take the lead. Bellingham makes it 3 goals in 2 games.
Just a really good day for us, that was. And I remember the first thing I did after that game was call him. It's really special when you have that moment to share.
Another very impressive performance all round from Real Madrid.
One really good way to start my Madrid career, and then I think that just gives you the confidence and the platform to keep building. So when it rolled around to play at the Bernabéu, I felt more than ready. It's unbelievable, it's like a proper arena. It was an incredible atmosphere. When it dropped me, I was like, yeah, like Christmas.
He's done it again in all 4 of Real Madrid's first games of the season.
because it was my first game there as well, it was extra special and it was extra loud, and it was just a great day. Never forget it, ever.
Stressful, but it couldn't have ended better.
Ooh. Football first grabbed me when I think I was about 7. My dad would take me to a lot of his games and a lot of the coaching sessions that he used to do, and it just didn't really appeal to me. During the games when the other kids was playing, I was trying to make little daisy chains for my mum. I remember my dad looking at me just thinking, God, what a waste of space this kid is, by the way. I remember just starting to go and starting to think, God, I'll kick it around a bit. My mum was upset because she stopped getting daisy chains, but after that, I just really wanted to play.
This is the way to score. Go on, Jude!
Then I remember scoring a lot of goals.
I'm Jude Bellingham. I'm a striker.
I was a horrible loser though. Still not great now. And then it became just everything. When it grabs you, it's something really special. That's the effect that football's had on my life in general, really.
And to think that little kid is now playing for England blows my mind.
I don't take for granted what it means to be going to play for England, and it helps going in with good form as well. It means that, you know, I'm confident and I can go in and just play my game really the same way I've been playing it here in Madrid. The start of this season, we hadn't qualified. We'd had a bit of a tough group, actually. A couple of the ones that are like dark horse ones where the games can be quite tough. One of those games, it wasn't a disaster, but also wasn't amazing. Of course, you have to listen to the media and all the people talk about how poor we were and how bad England are and how we've got no chance at the Euros. And I think that fueled the team as well, because it was a big game, the next one, Scotland. It's a friendly, but it's never really a friendly, is it? I remember doing a few chops on the left-hand side and setting one for Phil, who crossed it in, and had a little bit of a mix-up at the back. The ball dropped to me and it was, you know, wheeled away and done my celebration in front of the England fans at Hampden. It's like, what more can you want as an England player? All of a sudden, after that one, we went back from being the worst team in the world to the Euro favourites again, so that's always enjoyable as well.
Great win for the boys, and now it's back to Madrid, Champions League time.
Real Madrid and the Champions League are synonymous, really. It's just a special feeling going into those games that they can't be beaten. And I always felt that watching as a fan and now as a player. It's like a force field that the Bernabéu is, where you feel like whoever comes there, they won't beat us. The history of the club almost rubs off on the players when they sign, and you understand how important it is that when you play for this club, you represent the people and the players that have come before you. There's a lot of pressure to win it as well. They say if you haven't won the Champions League yet as a Real Madrid player, you're not really a Real Madrid player. So you're looking around the change room and players have 5 or 6 or whatever it was, and you have some players who've won them with other clubs, and you're kind of sat there with never been past the quarterfinals.
The Champions League group stage always is an important date on the football calendar. Double block and Bellingham's there! The 20-year-old Englishman who is making his mark on the world game. He's done it with Dortmund. He's doing it with Real Madrid now.
I was surprised that I'd started so well in terms of the goals. The team makes it so easy, they make it so enjoyable. I think when you're playing with such great players, it takes the pressure off you, makes you feel like I can rely on these guys wholeheartedly and know that they're going to produce even if I don't. first derby of the season was difficult. We'd won all the games heading into the game against Atletico, and yeah, it was difficult. I think everyone's pride takes hit, you know, in derby games when we were playing so well, winning so many games, you expect to go there and win. And then when you don't, you almost feel a little bit embarrassed because you'd built all this form in the games that maybe weren't as tough, and you feel like, oh, the first tough game you play, you've kind of fell at the hurdle. It's so important. Failure is in football, and losing, it's such a big factor in picking yourself up, not only because you make tweaks tactically in terms of football side, but the mental side as well. You know, I always feel like I hate losing more than I enjoy winning.
Hurried away by Gazzaniga and forced to Bellingham. It's another goal for Jude Bellingham. Real Madrid 3-0 in front.
Lays it off to Bellingham. Bellingham shoots and scores. He's done it again. It's usually a late one. This time it's come early. Just 8 minutes up. Back to Bellingham. This could be two. Through the goalkeeper's legs. 2-0 to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham's second goal of the game.
We're back on track in the league. Now it's time to get ready for a massive game with England.
Italy at home was my favourite England game so far. You know, the last time we'd played there against them, we'd lost the European Championship final. Knowing for us that we could beat comfortably one of the top nations, even from a losing position, I think it does amazing things for the confidence of all the players. And that was a massive turning point in terms of the way I viewed our squad, definitely.
This man does it!
I used to watch football all the time on YouTube. Skills, goals. I love watching football documentaries on YouTube still now. Some really historic moments. The one I wanted to know, how does it feel? El Clásico. That little old game. Everything around the city's built around El Clásico for that day. Almost like it stood still for the game. It was my first one, obviously, so I was trying to take it all in. You feel the atmosphere walking in, you can see the hatred. You can see everyone's a little bit almost pessimistic on how their team's going to do. What makes the rivalry so good is that it's one of those that's always on the knife edge, I think. A lot of the game is about how you manage your emotion. You have to understand how big the game is. You have to understand the magnitude. If you try and go into the game trying to play it down to yourself, almost to make yourself feel calmer and kid yourself into, oh, come on, it's just like any other game, then I think you're going to be in for a shock. They come out to play really hard. We come out to play really hard. It's the one that our fans want to win so much. It's bragging rights until the next one comes back around. They came out really intense. And they scored really early. You do start to think, if we don't sort it out, it's going to be a bit embarrassing. When I looked around at my teammates, I just saw a sense of calmness about it. And And I think when it's your first game and you're new to it and you really want to win, it's easy to let your emotions get taken by it. But when everyone else is so calm, you start to think, well, do they know something I don't? And out of nowhere, we got one. It was a weird feeling. I've not had it before. Without even looking at the goal, I thought, what's the worst that can happen? I'm shooting. When the ball hit the net, all the souls drain out of the stadium, but then that tiny little section of Madrid fans start screaming. It made it sound like it was the Bernabéu because of how quiet the rest went. Yeah, game on. Game on. And then the ball just kind of slotting perfectly between his legs, and just thought, yeah, this day was meant to be for me, I think. It's just that unbelievable emotion. I think you know what it means to the fans. You know how many people are watching it at home. To come back as well shows a lot of character. You definitely feel like on top of the world in that moment. The relief when you win is huge. It's not even a happiness when the final whistle goes. It's a relief knowing that you were probably that close to being in a really bad situation. You lose that game, it's a big indication of how the season could go on, or at least the next spell of games. So really important for us to get that win. Really lovely day. I was just on the phone to my family then, and I just says that how mad is it that all those times when we used to kind of watch the games on TV all together, that now I'm playing in it. And I said before the game on the way in, I was just so smiling, so happy, because you know, it's an atmosphere that I've dreamed of playing in. Yeah, I really enjoyed the day, enjoyed the game. I always feel confident in our team that we can put it out of the bag, and that's what we did. It's a nice opportunity to be able to go to these ceremonies, the galas. All them people are so mature. Can't even get changed on my own. I always like picking out a suit. That's probably the most enjoyable thing for me.
Well, a word on the Clásico. That was a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, it was a fun one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really happy to play in it. Really emotional game for me, watching them as a child. So to play in one and help win one is really special.
Le trophée Kopa est remis à Jude Bellingham.
Winning the Kopa Trophy like I did, you realise actually it's the sacrifice of the whole team that get you to be in a position to even be mentioned for things like that. It's nice to hear you've done well, and like I said, picking out some rascal suits.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a nice day, you too.
Thank you. So that looks like a boy who's been out last night.
Golden boy. Leave it at 6:15.
This is my show.
Golden boy doesn't use his fingers to eat.
Grazie mille.
The last 2 years I've come second twice, which you can say that you don't really care, but you do because of how much it means to me to try and be as better as I can be.
Are we?
I'm not here to say like, oh, I should have won or whatever, but yeah, you do take it a little bit personally, so it's nice to kind of almost like tick it off.
opinion-based, really. So you never actually are the golden boy or best under 21 player in the world because it changes so quickly. The rewarding work is with the trophies where you can't really dispute when at the end of the season you have more points than anyone else in the league or you've beaten 14 on the way to a Champions League or a cup.
Jude, how proud are you? How proud are you?
Dello European Golden Boy è Jude Bellingham.
Thank you for this great honour to join a prestigious group of players as the Golden Boy. The expectation's huge at a club like Madrid and playing for a country like England as well, so I'm kind of sandwiched in between a lot of pressure, but it's something that I enjoy. It's a privilege to be able to represent these teams and obviously I can't make any promises, but I'll give absolutely everything I've got to try and help the team win trophies.
Can't really get too high with like the highs, really. Until the end of the season, when hopefully I've won some trophies, I can't really, enjoy it too much. Of course, I'm proud of what I've done so far, but it's just kind of take the trophy back home and then back to business tomorrow.
One picture. Thank you. Grazie ragazzi che dobbiamo andare.
Thank you so much.
Grazie
Thank you so
much.
much.
Grazie piccoli.
Grazie mille.
I've been quite lucky with injuries over the years. Against Vallecano, what was a pretty normal fall ended up being really, really painful. First time I've ever experienced where a joint kind of pops out of the socket. It's something that a lot of players decide to get surgery for. They had it strapped up at half-time and perhaps adrenaline helped me get through the second half. It wasn't until the next day when I realised that it was going to be a bit of a problem. There was a lot of debate about if they'd let me play anymore and what kind of protection I'd need while I was playing for the rest of the season. I'm someone who hates missing games, and in the end I did have to miss a couple. My whole thing was just wanting to be back as soon as possible.
He's given it to Bellingham, and Bellingham has scored his 14th in all competitions. He just goes on and on. Buena Bellingham! Bellingham, chance! Jude Bellingham, yet again! What a header! It is Jude Bellingham! And there's the chance! Real Madrid lead in added time!
In Spain, we have a Christmas break. It's been a really tough, busy schedule with all the Champions League games, the couple of ceremonies that I'd been to, which were really cool. So I was a little bit exhausted and looking forward to a rest. And because of the amount of time I got given off and because my brother's still playing through that period, it was the perfect opportunity to go and watch him for the first time play for Sunderland. So we spent the Christmas up north. I think for him to have me there in person, hopefully he felt good about that. Really nice just for me to be able to reciprocate the support he's been showing me since I was however young, and as his older brother, I think he knows that I'm always watching him.
Okay, here's some silky skills from Chestnut Driver's new signing, Jude Bellingham.
The worry is that people judge him based on my achievements. But I'm really conscious of that because I know it's something that people will always throw in his face, and it's not fair because he's an amazing talent, amazing player in his own right. People will use him as a way to have a dig at me and vice versa. So we're almost like each other's biggest fans, but also the biggest target for each other because we care about each other so much. He has to deal with more than what I would have had to at his age, and he deals with it with so much class. He wants to try and create his own legacy and his own path. At the end of the day, as long as he's happy, that's all I really care about, to be honest. His happiness means more to me than my own.
Producing first-team players, and for young guys like these, that impact is immense.
There's no doubt about the talent coming through here.
He was one of them. Look, Joe.
Because we're a similar age and we've played together for so long in the street and on the tufts of grass, to play with my brother for England, that would be the biggest dream of my life. That would mean more than any of the trophies, especially if we would manage to do it on a consistent basis and, you know, play at a major tournament together, win things together. Honestly, nothing would even get close to that. Nothing. January's cup time in Spain. The two finalists of the Copa del Rey and the top two in La Liga go to Saudi Arabia to compete in the Supercopa. We were scheduled to play Atletico and then the winner of Barcelona against Osasuna. If you're in a tournament with Barcelona and Atletico, it doesn't matter what you're playing for. The expectation as a Real Madrid player is to go there and win. You want to play those big games, you want to play games where trophies are on the line, a win or go home games, they're what you live for.
Corner kick and it's in by Hermoso. Atletico Madrid, early lead. And another goal. Rudiger levels the score. Beautifully done that by Real Madrid. Griezmann, lovely turn. Oh, what a goal! The goal's out to the mess and it's in the back of the net. Bellingham off the line. Danny Carvajal thumps it in the back of the net. Chance for Hosselu! And it's in! He always finds a way, doesn't he? Black's going to get back sharpish here. Brahim Diaz, is he going to put this in? That's incredible, isn't it? Real Madrid have won it now. Late drama, 5-3.
End-to-end game, at times when it felt like it was getting out of our grasp and momentum swung a lot throughout the game. Probably could have done without the extra time. You know, it was really tough having to pick yourself up and go again 3 days later. The Barcelona game was completely different. We dominated from the first minute, really. Two really tough games. Mentally, physically, I felt great. Ended up winning my first title as a Madrid player, which will always be special.
I remember getting sent a pair of black Adidas boots when I was about 12 or 13, and my parents always told me it was from a friend they know at Adidas who grabbed a pair at a clear out. They started a little bit of a partnership, and then since then I've always got sent the newest ones. Just been very lucky to have a relationship with them from there. Since the World Cup, my profile kind of just went to a new level. Something that was just out of nowhere that I couldn't really handle, to be fair. I always felt that after that I'd have the ability to be one of the leading faces in a brand because I was becoming more recognisable and things like that. So when they told me that they wanted me to be the face of Predator, I was just buzzing. And now I've got to pretend to be a nice guy. Thank you. Just in the cakes, just staring at me like. Oh mate, you okay? Nice to meet you, all good?
Essentially what we'll do now is show you what's going to be shown to the audience. Okay. You will come on and walk to a specific spot. Lights will go up. You will then replace your hologram alongside the 5 holograms. And I think the crowd will go pretty nuts when they spot that you've replaced your hologram.
Awkward if they don't.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. A screen, that? Don't want to touch it and fall through.
No, don't touch the screen, you'll be in big trouble.
We have M and L.
Did you have the black one as well, short one also?
Oh, yes, I mean, it's up to you which one you prefer.
Always wear black, and should I do that one as a change?
I did think as a change it might be.
All right, yeah, so I'll do that one.
Thank you.
It's a nice change to always be in black, isn't it?
Hello everyone, how are you feeling? We are more than excited to bring the latest products in the Predator franchise.
By the way, my calf's cramping, man.
The future of these iconic boots.
Sounds like a loss of paper.
Final day of World of Predator.
Remember, you're good at speaking.
Welcome to the Golden Boy and the new face of Predator 30.
It's just a lot of big moments, hopefully, to continue the legacy of this boot, continue the legacy of the brand, really, and try and inspire the kind of next generation coming after me.
A big applause for the absolute best, the Golden Boy, Jude Bellingham.
This goes on for 5 hours.
Why can't I wear what she's wearing?
Because if those ever get out, everyone will be able to score.
Surely everyone being able to score is a good thing.
Shoots and scores.
This was Jude Bellingham. Thank you so much, Jude.
I was nervous for that, I was, you know.
It's still a bit of a surreal thing, being the face of a brand. If someone's wearing the boots that they see me wearing,
Thank you so much, no worries, mate.
Cut holes in the back of their socks, things like that, it fills me with great pride because it makes me know that they see me as a bit of a role model.
Wow, I guess what's this? This is actually the first idea of our founder, Adidas Lab, of adding additional material to the outsole of a shoe to get more motion in the ball. Have a guess what's this? Because in one way it's smooth, and the other way it almost rips my glove off, so you can touch it. This is shark skin.
You're joking. How was he catching sharks?
That's a good question. I guess it wasn't at him.
Innit?
I guess it wasn't at him. And this one, not sure.
I'm so into boots and that, the iconic boots. My football knowledge is based around kits and boots, really.
And then, of course, we have 2 of the greatest ever playing it. So this is Zidane's golden boot.
Wow.
And you got his 3rd Ballon d'Or. Hopefully we can get a hold on your
hopefully
golden boot at some point.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
David, of course.
Are these the World Cup?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we would love you to sign the
God.
boot for us.
Yeah,
so we can add to our collection. And
I touch my own, can't I?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Pleasure. Real pleasure.
Pleasure.
I get pictures sent to me all the time from my friends saying, like, you leave me alone on the side of bottles and whatever else, if someone's wearing my shirt while they're on holiday somewhere. And that can be a lot of responsibility, you know. I'm a 21-year-old boy who's new to all of it, really. I'm new to people shoving cameras in my face. I'm new to people wanting me to hold their babies and sign their skin. There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Being the face of a brand, that comes with the responsibility of making sure that you maintain your levels of performance, because essentially I'm a football player. My game is the reason why those things are possible, so if one was to sacrifice, I'd much rather it be my face on the side of the building as opposed to my game. Everything that comes with the game I enjoy, and I'm very fortunate to have it, because if it stopped tomorrow, I'm sure I'd miss it. But there's some things you want to do very quietly, and you can't do that without having to wear 3 layers, a cap and some shades.
Do you know what you're getting, Jude?
I mean,
What's it actually called?
that's it, isn't it?
That little bottle?
Thank you.
Cool, thank
Cheers.
you.
Can we take a picture, please? Thank you. No worries.
Gracias.
Gracias. Perfecto. Off the pitch, sometimes I feel quite vulnerable. It's like you're on show sometimes when you're out in public. On the pitch, that's where you're expected to be, so there's less of that kind of clamour. Like, people want to watch you play and do well, but at least it's something that comes naturally to me. Like, when you're out in public, like, you feel like you can't really do much. Top of the table clash. Gotta love it, ain't ya? Yeah, too early to say it's a title decider, but I think it will definitely put us in a position where it's massively in our hands, you know?
I think I'm nervous for all the games, really, especially when there's a lot on the line. You know, I almost want it to be like, yeah, just go out, get a goal, and just let's settle down a little bit. You don't really get that tense, do you? Yeah, I think you're quite calm.
From a fan's point of view, I think you'd have the idea that football is like this massive wait and shine. You go out onto the pitch and it's crippling, and then you're safe when you come in and you go out with your mates and, oh God, I just find it the complete opposite. As you go up the tunnel, every step you take, it's like a shackle just coming off you. And for like 90 minutes, you don't think about anything other than where's the ball and give me the ball. When I've got the ball, I'm thinking, there's 100 million people watching this game and no one else has got their foot on the ball except me. Bellingham! I feel like at times I've got the stadium like that. When you drive with the ball, you can feel everyone just going, whoop. I just feel like, oh man, I've got you like that.
Jude Bellingham again!
Honestly, footy, man. With my shoulder strap though, the left kind of sags a bit at the minute, so I have to like lift that one consciously higher. But then today I put my head back as well, and I just went like that, and I just thought, oh, freedom. The second goal, when you just see white, you've created a moment. The run I went on from like August to October was kind of not been done before. But then after that, when the goals have slowed down, I actually think my performances have got better. For people who don't watch games and only judge it by that, they're going to have a go at you, but my game's a lot more than goals.
Real Madrid are heading towards a 5-point lead at the top of the table.
big statement win. 5-point gap, it's more of what it does to the other team, that kind of win. Takes the wind out their sails a little bit. Only negative is my ankle, really. I've been struggling with it for a while.
An awkward fall there for Jude Bellingham.
I turned it for the first time, and it was pretty bad.
It looks as if he's twisted the ankle twice in the game.
It's one of those things that doesn't really get better while you're training and playing on it, so you can kind of manage the pain, but it doesn't go away. That's the only frustrating thing, really, because it means I might have to miss some games. A bit more adversity to face.
Te molesta, nel senso, riesci tomorrow? Yeah, sì. Painful. Rest. Will do. Take care, mister. See you tomorrow. Ciao. Take care. Ciao. Not a bad day at all. Job obviously didn't start resting for the Blues game, and then comes on and does what he does. Proud of him, obviously. You know, it's nice the days where we both do well. Just put the window down.
Yeah, go on then, quickly.
Ciao, ciao. The days when it doesn't go well for both of us feel like the end of the world, so sometimes you do have to enjoy the moment and enjoy the kind of special thing that we're doing. I'm not sure there's many brothers that playing at the levels that we're playing at the minute. Hello.
Well done.
Cheers, Keith.
It's nice both of you scored today.
Hey, what about Job's goal?
That's massive. Show us your ankle.
It's all bandaged now. You won't be able to see it, but when I sat on the bench, oh my God, I took off the strapping that I had on before, and it was like huge. And the doctor didn't want me to look at it. And then there was messing around with the fluid, and the other physio went, oh, look at that. Stay at that, man. My foot's literally touching the ground.
It is going to be really big. All the swelling's going to come out. But 20 goals, that ain't bad.
20 goals. Yeah, not bad. I'll speak to you in a bit.
Yeah.
No, in a bit.
Love ya.
Bye, bye, bye.
Where did we leave off? Oh, yeah, limping.
An awkward fall there for Jude Bellingham.
I partially tore 2 ligaments in my ankle. 2 were completely gone, and then 1 was partially torn. In the end, I was out for 3 or 4 weeks. An impatient patient. But it's difficult, you know, for me when all I've got is football. Needed the big boot brace to keep the swelling down, and whenever that would come off, I looked at my foot and it was like the physio said I looked like a baby elephant.
Big of a needle, isn't it?
There's one thing like being able to play, and there's another thing feeling like you're completely useless. Football's my release, and then without that you start getting in your own head a little bit about, well, you're going to be the same if you're back, what if it goes again? The best thing about it was the team kept winning. The boys stayed professional like they'd done all year. When players had got injured, other players stepped up. I didn't expect to start against Valencia at the Mestalla, playing obviously with a really heavy strap in. I didn't feel like I could really be as effective as I could be. Just to top it off and make matters worse, score in the 90 plus 7th minute. Referee blows the whistle a couple of seconds early as the cross is coming in. I lost my head. I'd take full responsibility for that. You know, it all comes down to how much I want to win. The worst thing was, obviously, I wanted to build up my rhythm and continue to get fitness. There was like an international break after that, so it was like, I'm not going to be playing for Madrid for another month and a half.
We've just played Brazil and Belgium, 2 like big games. Playing for England's really enjoyable, playing at Wembley's great and that, but it's almost like the trend to just lay into the players, lay into the manager. You can always feel the negativity surrounding the group. It's a tougher job than people realise for Gareth. And for the players as well. Imagine being on the edge of always being hammered. You always kind of take the time to speak to the kids when you do the walk. These kids like literally shaking. I asked him, are you cold? And he went, yeah, freezing. I went, yeah, I have my jacket. People will use it to say, oh, he's doing it for the cameras or whatever. I just do things as I see them. I don't think it was a big deal. And then obviously 90 plus again.
It's Bellingham!
First goal at Wembley, which has been a long time coming. I don't know if you saw Vinny's press conference yesterday. He looked so sad. He got really upset. Now the step that he's taken and the kind of the racism side of it, I think is really impressive. You know, he speaks very well on it. It's hard to see Vinny like that, to be honest, because like the Vinny I know, and always smiling, always trying to make everyone else have a good time, and it hit me quite hard. I think he's thought about stopping playing or leaving Spain, and that's like horrible, that is. We just need to support him, really, when we get back to Madrid, make him feel loved, make him feel like he's back at home, and yeah, we'll do that. ¿Qué tal? Good. All good, mate, you?
The McDonald's shoot was really special, you know. I got the chance to spend some time with some kids, including some blind kids, practicing their football skills.
Hi, everyone, you okay? How are you, bud? All good?
Yeah.
Having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good lad. Nice, are you okay? All good?
We now have a special guest here. However, he also has to introduce himself.
You show me how to do it.
Go on.
So, I'm Oliver, I support Tottenham, and my favourite player is Jude Bellingham.
Oh, wow, what a pick. What a pick, thank you. Your turn.
My name is Amir, and my favourite team is Birmingham City, and my favourite player got to be Jude Bellingham.
Oh, strong picks, strong picks. The kids are really, really nice, and I feel like they feel connected to me. You need to show me some of your skills now. Cruyff turn, let's have a look at your Cruyff turn then. Oh, beautiful. Oh. Hoppa! That's got to be a foul, isn't it?
Yes!
That's got to be a foul. Only got you still for 2 minutes, haven't we? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Lovely to meet you guys. It's the wrong team, man.
You want everyone around you to trust exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, feel the wall in front of you, and then you're going to turn your back towards the wall.
The coaches here are brilliant. You know, they take the time to communicate with the kids in a way that makes them feel like they belong here, and I think that's really important.
A lot of people will interpret things off like sight.
Yeah.
But for us, tactile, so we call that tactile.
Okay.
And tactile coaching it's a big thing. Ball itself, I don't know, have you had a chance to have a little experience of what it's like? So it's slightly smaller than a normal ball. And obviously, as you can hear, there's ball bearings in the panels.
Okay.
Rolling towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Put the ball and go Caitlin.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Little touch. 1, 2, 3, foot on the ball.
Right, foot. Jude's ball. Jude, you got it?
Yeah.
Caitlin for me.
Caitlin, toe.
Caitlin, toe.
Jude.
Left foot. Yes.
How you finding it, Caitlin? Easy? Easy, oh my God. Making me look like an absolute sausage, ain't you? Give me a lot of perspective, you know. I think it was the one guy said, the lad who plays for England, was saying that, you know, at the end of the session I can just like slip the blindfold off and I'm back to normal vision, whereas he's got to not only play football like that, but then get home and make his way to work, go and see family, go and do things with the same kind of problem. So, yeah, it definitely makes you grateful for what I've got.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Caitlin, take care. It was a pleasure. Good.
It shows to people like, even though you've got vision impairment,
you can still play, yeah.
Still play football.
Exactly,
still
yeah.
There's a certain point in the Champions League where it becomes like a new tournament in itself, almost. For us this year, it came at the quarter-final.
It does not get any bigger than this. The eternal kings of the Champions League, hosting the ones who currently wear the crown. Silva with the free kick, and Lunin completely caught out. Camavinga, drop of the shoulder away from Grealish, and scores! It's Rodrigo running away. Oh, and he's found a way to give Real the lead. On to Foden, and that is phenomenal. Grealish. Now with Guardiola. Oh, that's unbelievable! Modric. Vinicius Junior. And Valverde! Wow! There was nothing to separate them in Madrid. Now for the decider in Manchester.
The second leg, you know you're going to have to sacrifice everything if you want to be able to get through. I had to do a new role that was very different, playing as a kind of false nine.
Bellingham, oh, that's a beautiful touch. On to Valverde, who slips it through to Vinicius Junior, and Rodrigo scores! Take two, 1-0. Doku, running at Valverde. Oh, it's come to De Bruyne, City level!
When they equalised, it felt like it was going to be a really tough game. For the last 15-20 minutes, I was just preparing myself to take a penalty.
Modric up first for Real, and it's saved!
After we missed the first penalty, I still felt like it just didn't feel like we'd go out.
Bernardo Silva, straight at Lunin.
Penalty shootouts are things I've always enjoyed watching when I was younger, but when it comes to playing in them, they're definitely very uncomfortable. I think it's probably the most uncomfortable you can be as a professional player.
A chorus of loud boos greet Jude Bellingham.
They're so lonely. It's one against one.
One deep breath, and one cool penalty.
When Lunin, you know, kind of was the hero of that day.
Kovacic, and another one, kept out by Andre Lunin.
Tony Rudiger, who has so much experience and is someone you might deem a little bit crazy, but in those moments when it's time to be calm and be composed, it's trusting.
Rudiger to win it. And he sends Real Madrid through to the Final Four.
At that point in the season, it's big game after big game after big game, and you don't really have the chance to let anything slip, whether it's in the Champions League, the league. You have to be right on it in every game. I think the most memorable thing about La Liga for me was the second Clásico straight after the City game.
Bellingham. Best.
Matter of time before Carlo Ancelotti's side lift the title for what will be the 36th time. Barca have to win tonight.
And it's gone in! And Christensen scored the goal!
It has to be a penalty. Vinicius, he scores!
What a great atmosphere. The players are playing hard. What a Clásico.
And saved by Lunin, but turned in by Fermin, and Barcelona are back in front. Cross comes in, and coming into the far post, it's Lucas Vázquez.
to Joselu. Bellingham into the roof of the net. Real Madrid now so close to their 36th league title.
Every night's a good night to be a Real Madrid player, but especially tonight. The lads were brilliant. 120 minutes in the week, penalties, here today, still going until the 90 plus whatever. What a team, man, what a team. I says to the boys at about 85, I just said one more chance. Everyone be ready for one more chance to fall to you. And we'll win the game. Anyone would have put it in, but I'm just grateful it was me.
Over here. So to win that game after such an exhausting game against City was huge, and that I felt like that put us in the position where it was kind of ours to lose then.
Let me see your ass. You've got tags on. Well, where's the tags? Have I?
I watched Star Wars today for one of the games. The last one.
Well, the latest one?
The last one of the trilogy.
The Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, the old ones were the classic ones, and now...
Nah, the old ones, man, looking back.
No!
They are.
No.
Hey. Boys grew up, didn't they?
Good your spot?
Yeah.
It's good timing.
Speaking of timing, 90 plus 1.
Yeah.
Everything well? Yeah, good. And yourself? Good idea. Thank you very much. Good my son under this.
Great job yesterday.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You were at the game, were you? Yeah?
It was amazing. How's your Spanish?
Getting better. I'm a bit too nervous to test it out in front of you. Yeah. I'm a private Spanish speaker. Anyway, lovely to meet you.
That's a lot. All the best.
And you as well.
You're playing my country at the opening game of the championship. Yeah, is it Gelsenkirchen?
Yeah.
16th of June. Yeah. My
friend
there. We beat you the opening game, and then you win the whole European Championship.
I'll take that.
You'll take that?
Take that.
Okay. Yeah. It's great to see you.
And you, mate.
Enjoy your evening.
And you.
Good luck and amazing what you've done so far. Just keep going. Keep going.
The winner of the Laureus World Breakthrough of the Year award is Jude Bellingham.
Thank you very much, everyone.
You have to hold it.
He's
right?
kept it for another year.
What do you think of the man Jude?
Just outstanding. I just saw him out there, but I couldn't stop. I'm looking forward to having a picture with him.
Here's the main man. He wants a picture.
It's mad what's happened to me in the last few years. You know, it's all the stuff on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. The amount of opportunities I get to have because of the football is just amazing. Really, I'm so grateful. It's been tiring. I'm knackered, to be fair. You know, I think you look at the games and you couldn't really have gone any better. To be fair, we've got through the Champions League and then we won the game in the league and put ourselves in a great position to win it. And now we're doing the stuff that kind of comes with the rest of it, you know, which is still part of the job. And it's not as enjoyable as sticking the ball in the net 90+1 in El Clásico, but it's definitely very fun for me as well.
We've got a new cameraman on board, love it. And then put your thumb on that one, you can move it around then.
That is the safe flight, bro. All good, yeah? You're at your gate?
Nice. A few days off. Yeah, coach, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Good.
Okay. Right, thank you. You have to get the makeup right for all my shoots. So, you think I look half decent, it's because of him.
And roll.
Rolling. 3, 2, 1. Action, Jude.
That's nice.
Okay, and roll.
And rolling.
Set. And
Action.
oh yeah, so
Sorry, not doing that.
thank you very much. This is a wrap. Thank you.
We've done a remake where it's never been heard like this before.
Wow. What, this is it this?
Let's let you hear it. Yeah.
Is that him now?
Yeah.
It still sounds unreal.
He sounds amazing. He still does 3 hours on stage. He did 3 hours on stage. He's 82 this year.
He's 82,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift.
Yes.
So to Taylor.
To Taylor, yeah. Say hi to Kelsey.
Yeah. That's for the Swifties.
There's one for Paul.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Can you just say Paul? To Paul is good?
Oh, you doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to Paul. Thanks for the name. Thanks for the soundtrack. Thanks for the name.
Thanks for the name.
You
Thanks for
love
the name.
that.
Mr. Bellingham. Hey, Jude, thank you so much for this on my birthday. It's a beautiful gift, and I love it, and I love you. So thank you so much, and hey, let's go.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Have a nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Take care. Thanks so much. See you later, mate. See you later, Jude.
Is that Jude? See you, Danny.
See you later. Love you all. It's an honour, really. You know, there's always that thing about don't meet your heroes, and he's one that I've met and I've actually thought he's amazing, and he seems like a really down-to-earth guy, regardless of how famous he is and what he's achieved in his career and his life.
Jude, let me see what it feels like for both hands to be in that pocket there.
It makes me look a little bit uglier, but you can learn to deal with that if it's on the cover of a video game.
Great agency friends, do you have enough?
Yeah, I'm good on the ratio.
Gotcha. David, to come off, thank you very much.
I've played every single EA since I was 6, 7. Some of your best memories of sitting around a tiny little telly, a couple of controllers on the last legs because they've been bashed around the room, having games with players you never think you'd play against, you never think you'd meet, and then all of a sudden I'm on the cover and I'm meeting and playing amongst these players. It's really surreal, and I'm really grateful that I've been given a chance to do it.
What are you feeding the boys?
Did you look at him and think, what is going on?
No, sorry. No.
Look at that, though. All right, fellas. Did you get that? It's like, now I've seen him in the tracksuit, the first time I've seen him in the flesh, it's very Elvis. With the collar up on thing. It is. Yeah. Remember when he wears the white suit and stuff?
Whenever my brother's around, I feel happy, I feel more confident, I feel like I've got my best mate there, to be fair.
So we've got the game set up, so you can actually play for real, basically. And just don't...
versus Sunderland, or no. He's obviously got a couple more games, and then after that he's going to come and stay with us until the end of my season. And honestly, I'm looking forward to that more than anything in the world at the minute. I wouldn't say it to him, and I hope he can't hear me, but honestly, can't wait to have my brother around me for a few months.
We're not on live TV, so don't hold back, all right? Don't worry about it.
I've not played Xbox in a while, you know.
Just feel it, just get into it.
Oh, you know me well, and you've cheated as well.
It's been 10 years of FIFA.
Oh, yeah. Especially because, yeah.
You looked like a Charlie, you've cheated. They're lucky, son. No. No chance, mate.
Tackle. That's a
good tackle, that is. Book him as well.
No. Okay.
Yes! Yeah, it's 1-0. Stupid already, man.
The game against Bayern's huge. It's kind of like the European El Clásico, I've heard some people call it. It's two probably most successful teams in European football going head to head. I played against Bayern a lot as a Dortmund player and never won. I knew firsthand how good they were, how many times they'd broken my heart.
It's a familiar aim for Real Madrid, reaching the Champions League final. Kroos, and Vinicius Junior's going to run onto that. 1-0 Madrid. Sane, Thunderbolt! Musiala down, and it's a penalty! Kane into the corner. Rodrigo, penalty! 2-2. All square in Munich, on to Madrid for part 2.
And after the Bayern first leg, we played Cadiz, being rested for the next leg of the semi-final. Came on and scored. Won 3-0. The results from the week before meant that we couldn't win it then. We were watching the Barcelona-Girona game all together with our families, and it was just brilliant. Drinking wine and just enjoying each other's company as a team. It was really nice. And then each time Girona scored, the room just kind of exploded.
And Real Madrid are champions of Spain for the 36th time.
We all came to the agreement that whatever happens, we'd leave the championship winning celebration till after and attack Bayern.
By Rudiger, but not for long. That's a beauty. Bayern in front. Bayern in business. Time running out as Joselu runs on.
Sometimes in those Champions League games, it's not about playing football that's the most beautiful, but it's almost doing a job for the team that's going to help us win the game. As a team, we recognised that Vinny was having a lot of joy 1v1 down his side, and I think my game became any time that I can get to feed Vinny, that's where the chances are going to come.
Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, having a go, and Neuer spills it. Joselu scores.
For me, that highlights that Champions League run. Every player made sacrifices to play winning football.
Nacho. Rudiger Madrid made to wait. But now it does count.
His story is so special in the sense that he's in the academy as a youngster, didn't quite break through, and then kind of went around some clubs in England and a couple of clubs in Germany and then in Spain. But I think his biggest dream was still to play for Madrid. He's such a great guy, such a great professional, and he deserved that moment. And I think it's the moment that will live in a lot of Real fans' memory, but also go into the history of the club as well.
Real Madrid, this special club, is Wembley bound for yet another Champions League final.
I'm stood there, my hands on my head, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to play in a Champions League final. And for the other lads, I think the magic of it wears off a little bit. But for me, it's a proud moment. But also there's that realisation that it's only a happy memory if you finish the job correctly with the trophy.
Really enjoying it with the team, the fans, seeing everyone out and wearing white and enjoying themselves, brilliant.
You know, I think the way football is you're always kind of being told like you're only as good as your next game, and when you have days like today, it's nice to enjoy and let loose, dance, sing. I'll do some crap speeches in Spanish.
Uno más gran partido en Wembley. Vamos a ganar. A la Madrid.
At the end of the day, I'm giving it a crack. I think everyone understood it, everyone understood the intent behind it, and you know, it gives us the fans a satisfaction as well, knowing that I'm taking an interest in their culture, which I am.
Cross trying to pick out Bellingham, across the face of the 6-yard box, into the back of the net. Goal number 19 in La Liga for Jude Bellingham. Bellingham through to Vinicius, and Vinicius! Real Madrid running a mark against Alaves.
Having my family over for those last weeks of the season was really big for me. To enjoy that feeling of being a Spanish champion with them a year after I failed to become a German champion, it was like almost that it kind of come full circle a little bit.
You don't take it for granted what it means to win something like the league, but then it's nice to have a little cherry waiting for us on the 1st of June as well. You know, there was little things towards the end at Dortmund, the way some people treated you or spoke about you after you left. You want to kind of have that chance to go against them, and not that it's personal, but it's a bit more than business. But also playing against some of my best friends in football, Jaden being one of them, who helped me a lot, obviously being the only kind of English lad there. So there's two sides of every coin. Playing my first Champions League final in England against Dortmund, it sets up like as a beautiful story and hopefully has a happy ending.
La finale. I'm a combination of all the people I've ever met in my life, and more so the ones that have influenced me the most.
Keys. You say like the Godfather.
Say,
people coming.
You know, in his old age when he's just drinking the wine.
The people who I have around me when I do those end of season dues, if you like, they're always people who've had a massive impact on my life, whether it was at Birmingham, friends that I've known since I was a kid, members of family that obviously I don't get to see all the time. Nothing makes me as comfortable as being around the people who I love the most and who moulded me into the person that I am today.
Here we go.
Hey!
During the season, it's not like you get the chance to speak on the phone too often, so you know, when I've got them all in one place, I feel like I can end up spending time with all of them.
Miss it.
Golden claw, baby. You in?
I feel like every few weeks I have another week that's the biggest week of my career. It's nice because it means that I'm progressing, I'm getting better. I'm proud to be involved in such big games. 90 minutes of football at Wembley, winner takes all. I'm really looking forward to it, fully healthy and ready to go. They're really strong out wide and they've got a lot of speed in transition as well, so I think they're going to try and catch us on the break. They'll sit quite deep and try and frustrate us. First goal's really important. They've defended Leeds really well so far in the Champions League and that's got them through the competition, so the first goal's huge.
You don't want a 7-day build-up to a game where you're only thinking about the game. I think that's ridiculous. You take the time to enjoy the company and almost take your mind off it, and then when the time's right, you flick into that mode where you have to perform.
The Champions League final, there is something unique.
I always think the build-up just like, it almost starts so early.
Madrid fans, they've really got no reason to be like afraid or nervous. And then for Dortmund, it's like, it's a free hit almost, isn't it? Because no one expects them to win. But the atmosphere, I think, will be amazing. The first time I watched him score, I was in the away end. Oh, it was unbelievable, man. I was literally right behind his goal. And he scored, and like the celebrations in the crowd were unbelievable. Like Blues fans just everywhere. I remember seeing Jude Bellingham on the BBC Sport app, and I was like, what? Like insane. People wouldn't even understand like how crazy it is, how fast it's gone. If you were to say someone like this kid in 4 years is going to be in the Champions League final, playing for Madrid, won La Liga Player of the Year in the same season. Genuinely, everyone would have gone, what, shut up. He could get Champions League today and then he's only 20. Do you know what I mean? How many more is he going to win? I feel like I'm giving him way too much credit here, but before every game we say good luck to each other and stuff. I won't get like emotional to him, like, you know, some people would want to message him and be like, come on. I think he's that good that he's got it, you know what I mean?
There's nothing like a build-up to the Champions League final. Absolutely nothing like it. It was a late kick-off, so before football, you don't really know what to do yourself. Nacho doesn't like any football to be on, but obviously because we're in England, it was the Sky channels, and the game that they were playing was Arsenal versus Birmingham in the Carling Cup final of 2011. And just from that, I thought, we're going to win today. Just from that, I thought, what are the chances of that? It was my first ever final that I went to. My standout memory as a child, I was there at Wembley. And now, however many years later, I'm playing in my first Champions League final, and I couldn't believe it. And Nacho then turned it off. That was gutting. But as soon as he finished his brekkie, it was back on. By the time the game rolls round, I felt the magnitude of it. I felt a bit like jelly-legged. And that's the first time it's ever happened to me, and I was like, what's going on? Real strange. You can almost feel the cameras on your face, zooming in at my ankle, on my shoulder, just to make sure everything was all right. It is a different atmosphere. It's just that buzz, and you can feel the excitement, you can feel the pressure just loading. And you get a real kind of feeling for, oh my God, this is huge. You can hear drums from both sides, you can hear chanting from the Madrid fans, and it's just crazy. Like a sea of white and a sea of black and yellow at Wembley. This is like my life story rolled into one. You get into the tunnel, you're ready, everything's good to go, and I remember the wait just being ages. I think it was Lenny Kravitz performing, and you can't hear a thing. You're just literally stuck there in the tunnel, looking around at each other. Who's going to break first when you make eye contact with the Dortmund guys? The way Ancelotti tried to calm us all down was you're focusing on a game, block out all the other stuff. I have a lot of respect for Borussia Dortmund, regardless of what anyone says. I couldn't thank them enough for what they've done to help me, but at the same time, I want to beat them because I want to be a European champion. The game then started. Just to make me a little bit more anxious, there was a stoppage to play when about 4 idiots ran on. Back to back to back to back, and one ran up to me and I was thinking, mate, I really don't need this right now. I knew they'd come at us, I didn't think they'd come at us so well.
Adeyemi, round Courtois, and denied!
But they were brilliant, they were far the better team in the first half. I was just thinking, surely I don't lose this final. Surely not.
Madsen finds Fulcrum on the stretch, so close.
When we got to half time and I could hear the other lads talking, I knew we'd win. Danny said something about like, they should have killed us. Second half, we moved the ball a little bit better from side to side. They started to be able to create kind of openings. You're just thinking, okay, it's starting to come here, slowly but surely. And then, corner, Toni Kroos and the legend who is Dani Carvajal. The smallest man on the pitch, but the biggest mentality.
In from Kroos, headed in by Dani Carvajal!
It was like a sucker punch, really. And it was harsh because Dortmund were far better on the day. There's no denying that. But I think We just have that never say die attitude where we can score at any moment, and then when we do score, we're really hard to take out of that position. I had Camavinga pull the ball back really well, and I just managed to rearrange it. I tried to pass it in the corner, and Schlotty's got a really good block on it, I think on the bottom with his stud.
Kroos. Bellingham. Now Camavinga! Magnificent save!
The ball was a little bit loose, one of them gave it away, and my first instinct was just to find Vinny.
Bellingham. Now Vinicius Junior! Real Madrid on their way!
An assist in a Champions League final, something that no one can ever take away from you. Yeah, European champion. I can't believe it. I started to well up a little bit and just covered my face. It was lucky for me that Valverde was there to kind of support me in that moment, because my shoulders were starting to go and everything. You know, when your shoulders start doing that one, you're like, oh God. We'd had one earlier in the season against Napoli where he kind of took a picture of me doing my celebration. I just thought, what better time to repay it, you know. It was a great moment, and obviously the picture will live with me forever. I had to come off for full time. My cramp was just too much. I ran a lot, just gave everything that I had. In those last minutes, there's a lot going through your mind, and you think, what if then they score 2 now and it goes to extra time and I'm on the bench, or if it goes to penalties and I can't take it. All that goes through your head. When you hear that whistle, it's just the biggest feeling of joy.
It's the first time for Jude Bellingham. It's the 15th time for Real Madrid. And what a ride this one has been.
You're just full of joy. You don't really know what to do with yourself. The adrenaline gets to you. You're full of emotions. I just saw a couple of the Dortmund boys on the floor, and I wanted to go and give them a cuddle just to see that it was all right. There's 2 sides of every story, and my side looks great on the day, but also for them, I can imagine the heartbreak. It's one that you don't really wish on anyone, especially not lads that you got on with so well. You see the face and you think, you know, I shared a change room with him for 3 years and we went to battle so many times, and it's hard not to feel a little bit emotional towards them as well. But then also it's like, you've got to enjoy moments like that. If you can't enjoy a moment like that, you won't enjoy anything as a footballer. I seen my mum, my dad and my brother's faces and just like, God, I'm choking up.
Jude Bellingham, Champions League winner. How does that feel? Sum up your emotions.
I've always dreamed of playing in these games, and you know, I was all right until I've seen my mum and dad's face there, and the amount of nights where they could be at home by 7 o'clock and they're doing trips at 11, 12 at night to take me to football, man. I'm my little brother there who I'm trying to be a role model for and things like that, and yeah, I can't put it into words. It's the best night of my life.
Once more, it's Real Madrid, the emperors of European football.
Oh man, that's a great moment. You know, you picture it for years growing up. You know, them being on the side of the pitch when I was playing for Star was Being on the side of the pitch, I was playing for Birmingham in the good times, the bad times, in the rain, in the sun, or mum having a little deck chair out and a hot chocolate, my brother with a ball, and my dad just stood like that the whole time. And you do think back and you think, geez, you look so much into the future and how far you've got to go that you forget how far you've come. And I think for me, it was like almost seeing my three hearts, if you like, all in one place, like they'd always been throughout my career. It capped an unbelievable night, and it just capped an unbelievable season.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Not as heavy as you think it'd be.
I feel like I'm still on a bit of a come down from everything, and I felt a bit emotional. There's that many memes of me crying. The last thing I wanted to do was cry again, so there'd be more. I spoke to Ruud Gullit after, and he was telling me about how I'm going to find it difficult to try and get back up to the right mental state to be able to play in the Euros. It's important that I think I have this time just to chill out a bit, because it's just been big game after big game, and it's nice to relax for a bit.
It's the biggest team achievement on the planet. It's huge, but you don't get time to savour it. He didn't. I hope he gets to savour it, because it's a massive achievement, massive. No sooner have you said, right, celebrate it, enjoy it, and then there's going to be the next challenge, which is England and the expectation. You've got to have a head like a fortress that can just withstand all that pressure.
Because it's like almost like you're up here and then you're down there and we're going to be up there again. And it's just like the calm before the storm, and we know this really is going to be a storm.
I've had the week off, so I've kind of come down from that high of winning the Champions League, and you've got to get yourself back up to a place where you have to be right on it. You have to be intense. Don't come in thinking that it's going to be easy and you can roll up because you're a Champions League winner. Your focus changes pretty quickly. The expectation for the Euros was very high, but people don't consider that you now have elite players playing a more elite standard of football than it's ever been, more physically demanding than it's ever been, for more games than there's ever been.
Tournament football is brutal, and it requires a lot more than you've already given. You had a long old season as it is, and we're going to ask you to go again.
Players are exhausted, and you're going to ask them to play 7 games of the highest pressure, giving absolutely everything for their country.
I just want you guys to know how much it means to everyone back here that you go out there, give it your all, play for each other, play for the country.
We flew out to Germany not long after that. We have to go there wanting to win the tournament, and we definitely had that mindset. That kind of pressure has been put on by ourselves, but it's a good pressure to have. You know, you want to go there feeling like people fancy you to win it. The dynamic definitely was changed, and it does give a different vibe because there's a lot of new players who, you know, haven't found their feet in the squad yet.
How are we feeling?
Hold.
The younger guys who make it so fun, they're the ones that keep the standard of training high, keep the morale high. You know, I just have such a great relationship with all the lads. If you can get all that stuff right, then the football becomes the easiest part. at international level, we've been through the point where, okay, development and progression is a success, but real success now at this point is winning trophies.
Felt really good from the start. Wanted to really make a mark on the game. I always think about how bad I feel when I probably should be in a position to score and the ball comes across and I'm not there. Threw myself at it.
It's Jude Bellingham!
When you score early in a game, your confidence goes to a new level, and I felt happy because I delivered for the team again in a big game.
And Jude Bellingham's wonder season just keeps on going.
Let's do this. When you come and do the press, oh, it's minging. Ball's like, you've got to play the media as well. Oh, I think we're losing at the minute, actually. Pickers lost, Galley lost, and Adam Wharton lost, so. Oh, you. Oh! 65, is that? Tell you what, that still puts me eye up on. What are they throwing? Are they throwing lead darts or what?
Microphone available?
Yesterday I had to do the press conference. I had to do it because I was the man of the match, and I was just like, do I have to?
What was your overall takeaway of the performance? Was it a case of the first half shows why England are among the favourites, and the second half, what could be our undoing?
No, not quite. I don't agree with that.
I used to enjoy doing the media stuff and things, and when everyone would kind of take what I said on face value.
I think first half shows why we can score goals against any team, and the second half shows why we can keep a clean sheet against any team.
When I get up there, I feel like they're all like vultures waiting for me to say something where it's half controversial and turn it into a massive story.
Commonly with the team, there's a negative theme around all our games, sometimes rightly so, but I think in this case you take the positives from the fact that, okay, maybe we had to hold on at times and suffer a little bit, but we kept a clean sheet, and when you keep a clean sheet, all you have to do is score one goal to win the game.
You know, one of the most awkward parts of a press conference is this. So they're back here, put their hand up to ask you a question. So, and then you spend all that time looking for them, and then they ask the question, instead of looking you in the eye, some of them, they go like that. And they're writing down what you said, like that. And it's it's much better when it's personable.
Hey Jude, do you listen sometimes to the Beatles, or are you too young for that?
Now I do interviews and think, God, as soon as I'm finished, I think, I wonder how people are going to see that. And really, it shouldn't matter.
Thank you all. Good evening. Thank you. Cheers.
Walker, quicker to it than Christensen, and he's opened it up for himself, Kyle Walker. And there's Kane! Wasn't going to miss that one. And England strike first.
We've always struggled with the second game in tournaments.
And England concede for the first time at Euro 2024.
That's a good goal. If you give people the chance to do that, they'll punish you, and they did. Don't get me wrong, I understand if you don't play as well as you can for 2 games in a row, you're going to start to hear the criticism get a little bit louder.
Awesome.
No sausage.
All right, then. Hello.
courtroom, this, isn't it? Disgraced brother of Junior. Guilty. Got back about 12:30 and then just done recovery this morning really in the sauna, ice bath. Wasn't a great game, didn't play at our best. You got to try and stay positive about everything, you know, in tournament football, playing for England. And I think Gareth does a great job of that. On days like today when we have the family days, it's important for us just to get a little bit about the game. You know, social media, you can't avoid it really, and you listen to some of the conceptions of the game and how other people saw it, and you just think, I didn't see it like that at all, you know? It's not only pundits, YouTubers, TikTokers, things like that, they have such a big influence on the way other people think. They all just need to calm down a bit, man. They're doing my head in, to be honest. The fans that come to the games are a lot more supportive in the sense that they want to see the team do well, and I think there's this trend on social media where it's like funny or cool to want to see England lose. Days like today help. It takes your mind away from the games coming up. While I'm with these three, I don't really want to be on my phone, I don't really want to be kind of talking about football. I just want to kind of enjoy being in their company again and then back to work, really. Oh, on that note, Slovenia was a tough one. Everyone's a little bit off with what's getting said. I think we played with a frustration. Of all the games of the Euro, that was by far my worst one. As a team, really poor, really sloppy. That's when the pylon started to get a little bit intense.
The worst England performance I've ever seen live. It was a disgrace.
Dreadful. Got nothing.
What is the point? We are never going to win anything playing like that.
Southgate out.
It's something to do with the fans and the media. A lot of haters.
3 beer glasses were thrown in your direction, and can I get your reaction to that?
I've been around England for 20 years. I've not seen any other team qualify and receive similar. My job is to guide the team through this. We only will succeed if we're together.
Straight out, sends it in! Slovakia have the lead! The upset is on! Jude Bellingham's done it! He's pulled it out of the bag right at the end of the game! Headed across, Kane's there, 2-1 England! Oh, what a turnaround here in Gelsenkirchen! England are through!
Today, completely off, no training, no nothing, so late wake up. Yesterday we had Ed Sheeran in. Like literally, he just grabs his guitar, doesn't even use a mic, and he sings, and he's unreal. He's so good, and he's a top guy as well. Goes around, got time for everyone, staff. He was telling jokes. It's nice to just relax, you know, to feel like you have the weight of the world off your shoulders. I remember being on the pitch in the last 6 minutes thinking in my head, like, we're out. And it's a horrible feeling. I felt sick, to be honest. Then another part of my head thinking, tell you what, if something drops, I'm 100% going to score. Honestly, it was almost like the ball caught light off the flick, and it was almost kind of glowing, and it felt like time just slowed down, and I thought, the only way I'm scoring here is if I just swing a leg at it. And if I miss, and we go home. As it touched my foot, I thought, oh my God, that's got a chance, you know? And I remember just watching the ball, and I just said, yes. I think it's the biggest moment of my career so far, the biggest goal I've scored.
Who else?
It's a rush of adrenaline, but also that's a bit of my character in terms of the confidence, because like I've done it all year from Madrid.
The actual gesture that I'm doing is a show of, I don't know, of balls, you know, of a spirit, of mentality. Like me and my dad always do it, Joe. We'd always do it when we're kind of playing against each other. Guy, if I beat him at FIFA, it's like such a minor thing, you know, and almost a joke gesture at that point. Someone films it from the stands, then they've captioned it that I'm doing it at the Slovakia bench, and it's like I'm not even looking. Like from where I'm standing, the Slovakia bench is like down there, and I'm literally looking like there. Honestly, there's some of the things that we get called in the stadium, and some of the things players call me. I need to start reporting it clearly. I spoke to Joe. He was talking to me about the game and how I'm feeling and stuff like that. He sent me the Man in the Arena quote. I just gave it a little read and calmed me down. Joe's really mature for his age, really emotionally intelligent, and I think he knows how to kind of get triggers out of me, and that was definitely one. And so, yeah, that's why when I put it up on Instagram, I tagged him in the corner and made sure he felt his love for that. You know, you think that the negativity piles on you, but then you forget how much positive stuff there is as well. And all the people that are slagging you off and saying stuff, you're not playing for them anyway. You're playing for yourself, your family, your team, so don't worry what they say.
In terms of performance, Switzerland was our best game. Saying that, we go 1-0 down.
And Doyle cross could go anywhere, it's in! Brilliant polo is there for Switzerland!
But then, Bukayo Saka stepped up.
Saka goes for goal and scores a stunner! England are back level!
And then penalty shootout.
It's Cole Palmer for England, and Palmer scores. Akanji, saved by Pickford! It's advantage England.
Taking a penalty, honestly, it's a horrible feeling.
Jude Bellingham.
It's not one you enjoy, but it's one that if we lose and I've not taken one, I couldn't live with myself.
It's a cool penalty from Jude Bellingham. It's Share. It's in.
Saxon was a big one because he had missed in the last final, so I was really happy for him.
Saka, some horrible memories for him. Rolls it in. Shaqiri, great penalty. It's Tony, no signs of nerves there. The pressure is firmly on here. Amdouni has to score, kept his nerve there.
And then my old mate Trent to win it.
And England are into the semi-finals!
And that's when you really start to believe.
Getting towards extra time territory. Ollie Watkins and Cole Palmer, double change for England.
Both teams are aware that the next goal probably wins it. The manager made 2 changes, which he should get a lot of praise for. I trust wholeheartedly that Gareth knows what he's doing because of his record as an England manager. You know, one of the best ever.
Palmer. Watkins! Bang on 90 minutes! England, amid delirious drama, the 3 Lions are bound for Berlin!
Ollie was brilliant in training the whole time, worked his off. So for him to be able to deliver in that moment like he did and win us that one, it's huge. I'd mentally and physically prepared myself for 7 games, and now it was just 1 left. This is the one that gives you a shot at history.
Spain again, or England at last? Here's where we find out.
Spain had the most possession in the tournament. hadn't lost in the tournament. You're not going to have an easy game against them. Second half came out to the worst possible start.
Spain attacking the goal. Lamine Yamal and Williams, and Spain strike first!
It was important we just stayed in the game at that point. Don't let the game slip out of reach so that you end up maybe losing 2 or 3. Because of the experiences we'd had previously in the tournament, you think if this game's still won and there's a little bit of time left, we could do something.
Bukayo Saka, Bellingham, smashing hit, smashing goal, Cole Palmer!
We've done it again, we're back in the game. We carried on dropping and dropping and dropping and goal in that 80-something minute.
Cucurella, 2-1 Spain! Time is running out, and Spain are nearly there!
You hear that whistle and everything just goes null. Not again. You kind of want to cry a little bit, you're feeling sorry for yourself. There's a sense of like anger. You really want to kick some water bottles over. Someone's managed to catch me doing that again, for f***'s sake. Watching them with the celebrations, watching lads that you've played against all year. And you just think, God, that should be us. And then Gareth come over and said some really nice words and I just apologised. I said, sorry, I couldn't do it for you, Gaffer. And he said, like, you've got nothing to feel sorry about. That was the worst bit for me, feeling like I let the Gaffer down, feeling like I let the staff down who'd sacrificed so much. I kind of sat and I faced the England fans like that. You can see it on their face thinking, when is it ever going to be our turn? And that hurts because you feel like you want to be the group that delivers it. They always need someone to be the bad guy, someone to be the scapegoat, and I think it seems like it's going to be me, you know, and whether people think I played well or not, I give absolutely everything for my country and from the team. People talk about my body language all the time. I get frustrated because I want to win. I don't like losing. The only thing I care about is the team and the team winning. The only thing I care about. It's the only thing I want in football is to be able to win trophies, plonk them on tables, and go and party with the lads that I've just suffered and sacrificed for and with. That's all I care about in football. So when people make stuff like that, that's what hurts me the most. You know, it becomes a little bit personal. You know, I've seen stuff about why I haven't done press interviews and stuff like that, and is something wrong with me? And it hurts a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because I know that it hurts my parents, I know that it hurts my brother, I know that my friends get hurt by it. You can let yourself get swallowed in it and think you're a loser and not kind of, and do, to be fair, what I've done for the last few days. You know, it's still a bit raw for me, but I've been in a hotel room and kind of shut the curtains and locked myself away. But I think now it's important that I use this as a motivation to succeed again. You're not going to win everything, that's the bottom line. That's just a little bit more fuel for the fire. The last year's been a bit of a roller coaster of emotion. Dortmund, then with massive heartbreak. Into Real Madrid, all the trophies that we won. Into the Euros with England where we got to the final. But lost. You've got to take the good with the bad. Not everything's going to be perfect. But I'm so proud of my journey so far. For me, it's all about being myself. Who else?
The European Golden Boy, Jude Bellingham.
And the new face of Predator 30.
The winner of the Laureus Award, Jude Bellingham.
What a team, man, what a team.
He's done it again!
Jude Bellingham's wonder season just keeps on going.
Let's go. Into Joselu. Bellingham into the roof of the net. Real Madrid now so close to their